What's up, guys? Matt and Uzzo hanging out here at the Slick. Real Watersports, testing out the new Core Free. Stoked. Great day at Southwest out here. Got a Core Free 12 meter, really sweet kite. Super easy, super predictable, just an awesome all-around kite. But first, before I talk to you about this kite, I gotta talk to you about the botch that Core did on their marketing. This kite came out and people were like, what is it, a wave kite? Is it a freestyle kite, a free ride kite? It was so confusing. We're like, where does this kite fit in line? We had our customers calling us, people calling us, we're like, what is the deal? So instead of just going out and releasing a review, we've been testing it for 2 months in the school, in the lesson center, in the surf, out here in the Slick, just all over the place, making sure we know what's up with this kite. And we've decided the Core Free is a great kite and here to stay. Who's it for? Beginner, intermediate riders that want to have a kite that's super easy, really predictable, and really easy to use. Some of the features that make it predictable and easy to use: 3-strut design. Okay, so you're going to see a fatter kite, fatter wingtip on it. It still has that sweep in the wingtip, so it rolls over and relaunches very easily. But that fatter center part, the fatter wingtip, make it really stable. Also, 3-strut design. Watch this when I depower. Kite flaps and backs up. Flaps, backs up. That's really good for the kiter that's really kind of doing this with the bar all over the place, because the kite isn't going to instantly react like an XR4, which wants to really go. It's just going to kind of be a little slower, a little more user-friendly, a little easier. So this thing is going to just sit back in the window for you and be very, very stable overhead. And when you're kind of messing up with the kite, it's going to keep flying. Relaunch. Some of the best relaunch on the water, okay? So this kite has a really compact bridle, so you get no bridle wrap around the wingtip. You kind of hear about that from time to time, where the leading edge bridle or the trailing edge bridle will wrap around the wingtip when you're trying to relaunch it, and then it just sits there or will spin or do something funky. Never seen it. On the really small sizes, like we've been riding like the 4 and with kids in really high winds or even in lighter winds. That thing is like almost impossible to invert. Like crazy, looks like it's gonna invert, boom, just relaunches, goes and goes back up. Some of the bigger sizes seeing the same thing, just really hard to invert this kite. So super, super user friendly. We're really loving the relaunch, the stability overhead, and also bar feel, okay? So the bar feel makes it predictable because you always feel the kite. I pull in, I feel the kite in my hands. I know exactly where it is. I push out, still feel that kite. On a kite like the XR4, you're gonna get more power and depower out of it. So this isn't gonna have quite the wind range the XR4 is gonna have, but you're gonna also feel the kite all the way through the wind window. Great thing for that beginner intermediate rider. So who's this kite for? It's for that person that wants to go out, never think about their kites, have a really premium, high quality product, and also be able to get out there, jump, do tricks, progress, and really continue to learn in this kite. Does it work for the waves? Yes. I rode in the waves. I prefer some of the faster turning kites like the GTS4 or the XR4. I really like that XR4 for the waves because of big wind range. And it's nice because it is stable overhead, so it's kind of a pretty cool thing in the surf, but it's just not quite as turny as I want. It's just a little slower to turn. So for the waves, we want to have something a little faster. If you want really the fastest kite they make for the waves, the section's out there. The other thing, couple other insider information, turning speed. If you want to speed it up, you can back up that wingtip attachment point and go to the fast settings. Also jumping, this kite jumps really well, and it's a great kite to learn to jump on because the arc is just up and down. So it's very predictable. You know where you're gonna land. It kind of goes up easy, comes down easy. You're never gonna go so high you scare yourself unless you're a really top level kiter that knows how to make a kite jump. But a beginner kiter is gonna jump, be predictable to have it go up and down. And also, you can do a few unhook tricks. You can kind of progress on this if you wanted to. It's not really that great for unhooking, but it can kind of cover a whole big range. For people building a quiver, we're seeing them going, hey, I want to have the easiest to set up. They're going 17 on the light wind side, 12 all the way down. People that are riding want to have a little more performance and have that big wind range are going XR4 for the big kites all the way through the middle, and then sometimes going the free in that really kind of high wind kite, just so it's super, super predictable, really stable. So the Core Free, beginner intermediate rider, gonna love this kite. Really, really easy to use, super fun. Everyone that's ridden has been stoked on the water, less than stoked, and I'm stoked for the session I just had. More information, check us out at realwatersports.com. Starting to kind of bump up, that classic southwest wind day. Here testing out the Core Free light wind. So I got a 17 meter up, getting kind of jacked on it. Really great kites.